This is the new energy pack with a communication system built to work in conjunction with a system where it will power supply you. At the moment, we connect this to a mainline electricity power. In a short time, what we have developed back in Keshe Foundation laboratories, these become independent generators. This is what we launched as gas electric power units. Those units are working in our laboratories. We have to miniaturize it and build it within this. Then this unit with the composite gravitational magnetic fields which produces, as it's doing now, will give you everything you need from transportation, transmutation, hunger, wellness, and everything else. In a way, you use your soul, you use the central energy of your body to be able to do this. Now, with a new system, understanding the sun, the life of the man is in the center of the brain of the man, and now we radiate plasmatic fields towards it, it releases energy inside in different layers of the brain. As it needs it, it takes it. In a way, we start feeding the man from outside in, then inside out afterwards of the commercial. And to achieve this point, we can allow this sun to expand beyond the physicality of the man, or allow the body of the man, of the different strength of the plasma, to create different emotion in the brain of the man. Now we feed from inside. We don't need to kill to benefit by it. So what we need to understand is converting, creating energies that in interaction with the soul of the man, where we feed, we create, we make it available, plasmas from outside to feed the inside. We've run tests for past months. Many of you came to this center to test, to see how what you felt, what you tasted, what you digested as energy. You told us where you went, what you did. Some of you took different condition and position, and we all came to understand one thing, and that is we have the knowledge now to feed ourselves by thoughts. The body will take energy. We can make it available to it, but it's like, as I always said, we eat 20% of the energy we use, 80% comes in from the environmental condition. We know when we touch, when we bring hands close to each other, we feel the other hand without touching. So we have an aura. In the new scientific era, they can show you the aura, which is the interaction of the magnetic field of your body with its environment. That's what an aura is. You radiate out. It's exactly like the way the earth creates light. Magnetic field of the earth in interaction, rubbing against the magnetic gravitational field of the sun, creates a daylight. So it's the same with us. Our aura is the interaction of our magnetic field, what we give out and what comes in. And in that process, we have to start learning more. Now we start using this knowledge. We start creating this position where now we create magnetic field that compresses into the body. And in interaction with the internal magnetic field of the body, or what you want to call it, internal aura that we don't see, creates fields, create lights, which in conversion feeds the body of the man. If you take this as a soul of the man, or the center of the point of the body of the man, and then we see this as a brain of the man, where we take this as the body of the man in a shape of nervous system or blood circulation. Up to now, we ate to give energy into this system that can feed the others and provide energy as one way. That's a solid food. On the other hand, we learned to take air, which again came in and it distributed and gave energy. You call it with blood. And all these points was to sustain life or existence or give power supply, energy to the center that in its work, it can run the system in different way. Now what we have brought in, instead of you taking all this to convert to energies, in the development of the science and the technology, now we give you this, an extra unit, where we feed energies directly into the center. That this center does not need this and does not need this, which means you can live in a space even without air, because the energy needed is supplied directly by plasmas from outside. What you called in the past the aura, now it creates a field, an emotion of happiness here in interaction, emotion of sadness, hunger, joy, and everything else. And then when this is created, the way when you're happy, the emotion gives you the direction of what we call happiness, and you show it as a smile. Now you receive the energy as a level of the happiness, and you see a smile, you run, you cry, and we see physical interaction. So this allows us to feed the body without actually killing, without actually destroying anything. And this has been the biggest problem, to find a source that can create this, that can breathe and feed the soul of them. Can you bring it back there? And then this allows us to create this new condition, where we do not need to put a sheep in there, a banana in there, or something else, or an orange there. With the plasmatic magnetic fields, which carries the totality of the energy fields of the universe, we can feed this into the system. And the body interacts with it and creates that condition. And the biggest point for us was to be able to understand and develop a technology which can be this, where in the present time we have managed to create these fields in these two units. We call it like a headphone, and create the fields that we can feed the body of the man, the emotion of the man. We can allow, even in that process, we came with the center of the body, and we took the fields of it. We have a condition of another magnetic field, which is we have created, and interaction of these, we create different energies. One banana, one orange, one thirst, one love, one fear. The biggest problem, the biggest development was to find a technology which now we can feed the body of the man in space. And once we get to this point, we have reached the major breakthrough. And now we are at that point. Test done here in Linz, and test done in past 2 or 3 months with many of you, hundreds of you around the world. We have collected enough data. And we have developed the technology to create this 2 centers around your soul or central energy, the sun, that we can create condition of the feed of emotion, allowing, creating fields weaker than what we call its environment, that this black spot, as you see it, can start growing and growing. Where up to this point, where the headphones were, we feed you, and from this on, the fields created by these head units allows your soul to expand. Go to Mars. Go to Grandpa, died years ago, in touch with soul. Now you understand that this process has created a new dimension in the world of science and technology. The whole secret was to be able to create the plasma, that it matches the plasma of the soul of the man, the central sun of the man, and to bring this point in interaction. The combination of the 2 today allows you to make that leap in the world of science and technology. The combination of the what we call, which you have never heard of, and in a way goes back to what Tesla, the beautiful Tesla, did. Tesla developed the technology, gave it to the Russians, set the system in Moscow, and run an electric car in New York. This is a small Tesla unit, where the system, through developed technology, receives its energy continuously from the source. In a way, you don't need to charge it, as it continuously receives the body needs as energy, the same as your body does, from its transmitter. Today, we have released 2 new technologies. One is zero-time communication of the soul of the man with its what it needs. And for the first time, you see the repeat of the work of Tesla. Transmission of energy and to be able to support life. So what you see here, and we have shown it in a very clear way, we have connected it to show you something very strange with what it goes as a power generator, a small mini power generator, where we have connected the heater and a light into the system, where it shows it's in a working condition and still saves you some energy. And then it goes back into showing that even at this level, we are saving around 50%. So whatever you take, a 2 kilowatt heater and 60 odd watts of energy, you will see the total amount, but on the reading side, you will not see that. You will see, if I can light it up, 1,391. Can you focus on that light? Where can you see it? Where you have 1,380 and you have a 2 kilowatt heater and you have so what you will see is even we are pulling over 2 kilowatts of energy from the system, plus is Magra power point. It is, and it has become a 1,360 odd watt of energy, where we actually pulling over 2 kilowatt. Plus the supply and the demand of the energy by the system of the communication. You start learning to trust your emotion and what you feel. You call your brother on the mobile phone and you use one of these headphones with him on the other side with the same. You don't need to talk. There is nothing hidden. There is nothing emotional or whatever will be hidden. You can feed yourself while you're talking. You'll never run out of energy. You never comes to the point that is unheard of today that you don't need to sleep. The sleeping time is a repair time. The sleeping time is for us to recuperate from the cells, where when you use this, that's done automatically. A lot of things with this new breakthrough technology will change. In a way, we developed it for a space that we cannot send food to our people, like the station today. We cannot send other things, but we can transfer the energies down the line, cosmic rays, the way we produce in the systems. And this today is available. And the more and more of you using it, the more breakthrough. But in a way, we play with you a carrot and a stick. The carrot is you get some energy saving in the house, and the stick is that you got to start learning how to trust your emotion, your soul, and start traveling the span of the universe.